do you think it also came down to this fact that Davante was maybe a little tired of the Aaron Rodgers circus and didn't know what the next 5 years would hold for him in Green Bay, and decided that he didn't want to have to deal with the fact that maybe he'd lose this guy after a year? So he wanted to go to a more stable situation and just kind of remove himself?
I don't know about that. And I would counsel against what would be, outside looking in assumptions that, Rodgers was such a roller coaster and, you never know what's going to come out of his mouth or what's going on, and you don't agree with his opinions on things, and, he's the Joe Rogan of quarterbacks, and it rates against other people.
I'm just like
or his future. You don't know he's going to be there 2-3 years or what have you, and we're all assuming that he just didn't want any part of that. I would counsel against that, because just take a look. Paul Pierce came on yesterday, and that video that went viral of Ray Allen passing by KG, who put him on a pay no mind list, and LeBron snapped to attention because he was part of something awkward between Ray Allen and KG during the All-Star game. And Paul Pierce said actually the three of them were just having a good time behind the scenes, setting the stage for Ray Allen's bridge building return to Garnett's retirement ceremony in Boston. And from all accounts, every single Packer that we've interviewed, they love 12. They love him. And, so he's leaving a generationally incredible connection in a football cathedral like Green Bay, but he's playing with his old college roommate. We talk about Burrow to Chase. How many years we're going to keep seeing Burrow to Chase? Burrow to Chase has got company now on the quarterback, wide receiver, old school connection. It's kind of a dream for these guys to play with each other. David Carr on NFL Network yesterday called Davante Adams family.
So back to what I was getting at. You say you can't say all that, but there has been a circus around Green Bay these last 2 seasons. There absolutely has been. So maybe he's thinking, also, I just want to get here and be more stable for the next 5 years. And it's something, the reason why you might not be able to put the toothpaste back in the Baker Mayfield tube is that Davante Adams is going in his walk year and he's like, hey, I have proven I'm one of the best in the business, right? I have proven I'm one of the best wide receivers in the business. Okay? It was just a couple weeks after training camp started that he wound up on NFL Network top 100 list as voted by his peers. And I know that people question who the peers really are. He was the top receiver on that list, right? So we're back here on the Rich Eisen Show talking about Davante Adams now to our terrestrial radio audience that joins us now. So Adams wants to be paid going into his walk year. It doesn't happen. He's now playing in his walk year without a long-term contract after everything that he said, and he wants to be paid the highest paid player in the league, and there's an argument between him and his people and the Packers, who are towing a line similar to what many other front offices are saying, the reading of DeAndre Hopkins' contract, so on and so forth, about not being the highest paid receiver and new money and all that. And he doesn't care about new money, old money. Screw it. I just want my money. Right? Like Maury the Wigman. I want my money.
I want my money now.
Okay?
Henry.
Right?
I want my money now.
And now he's sitting in the front seat of the car, and they call it off. The Packers call it off. We're just going to go we're just going to go into the final year of your contract. And he doesn't really like it because he knows he's walking a tightrope. And he goes through that season, and he's probably steaming. This is all an assumption. I'm just giving you an idea of why he maybe wanted to leave. Now it comes time, and obviously the Packers have to franchise tag him. I'm not just going to let him walk for a compensation pick. So they franchise tag him, and he's like, okay, we're now here where exactly I didn't want to be. And I know you have to do it, but I told you I don't want this, and now we're here. And what, you're going to go do Aaron's deal first, and then you'll get to me? So when it finally comes down to it and he's forcing the situation, they're like, oh, here's the money that we wouldn't give you last summer. And he's like, oh, okay, got it now. And I guess he couldn't get through it. The toothpaste could not be put back in the tube. And the crazy thing is, this new school NFL, they gave him what he wanted. They got a 1 and a 2 for it. And they did get a bunch of money off their cap, but they have to start again. And whoever they get, even if it is DK Metcalf as a pie-in-the-sky idea that Albert Bridges threw out, just possibly, right? They still don't have that connection. And that's a special thing that these two guys had. That's why everybody works out together in the offseason. That's why they keep doing reps and reps and reps and reps, is to get to that spot where all it takes is just like a little head nod or a little bit of a head turn, and they know, okay, we're running that route. And this down and distance on this guy who we know through our film session can't handle it. Or because we know this guy can't handle it because we did it to him 15 times over the last 3 years while you were gaining ownership of the Bears. So that's my long-winded answer to your question. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.